Thanks a lot. So first of all, apologies for if you detect any low levels of energy from me tonight. This is true. I had a very short night. We have a 6-week-old baby at home. And last night wasn't one of the best nights. So I'll try to get over the 5 minutes quickly and then be awake for the Q&A later on. So I guess my talk tonight centers around how sustainability can make sense for a corporation in terms of innovation, but also for the bottom line in terms of both resource efficiency, but also from a financial point of view, the famous discussion with the CFO. So at Google, I distinguish or categorize our work in this field into 3 distinct areas. The first one is bread and butter internal sustainability. And that's both as far as our offices are concerned, but also our data centers, which of course are a major asset we're having. Number 2 is all the work we're doing around clean energy, both internally, research and development, but also investing in some of the opportunities that Michael has pointed out. And number 3, last but not least, not surprisingly, is about reaching out to consumers and trying to scale it at a really high level. So first of all, on the internal level, internal sustainability, apologies to those who were here 3 months ago, where this was the topic of my talk. But on the internal side, I've been doing this for the past 3 years in terms of green business operations, which is our name for sustainability manager. So it's all about being resource efficient with our assets. So reducing our energy consumption, resource consumption, improving waste management in our offices. Nothing out of the box there. Just really applying everything, energy audits, LEED, and so on and so forth. On the data centers, it's really leading edge, the things we're doing, because of course these are some of our main assets. This is our core business. This is our secret sauce. And we want them to operate as efficiently as possible. And just to mention one number there, it might be taken out of context, but the relevant number there is PUE, power utilization effectiveness. That's the ratio of total energy going into the data center versus what is consumed by the service, which is what matters to you. And our PUE is 1.19, which means we have an overhead of only 19%, which goes into cooling and voltage switching and so on, which is absolutely leading edge in the industry. And it's great for the resources and for the environment, but it's equally great for our bottom line because we save a hell of a lot of money in terms of energy costs. And we started sharing our best practices there and our experience, and we'll be doing more on this level soon. On number 2, clean energy. That's, I think, where the data center, yes, it's bread and butter, but we're leading edge, trying to be leading edge all the time. In terms of clean energy, that's probably not something you might expect from someone like Google. So here we're doing 2 things. We participated in the markets that Michael has just pointed out on 2 levels. One is in 2007. We were part of the big peak in investments. We invested in $50 million in 5-6 companies in the clean tech space in the US. It's more like VC-style investments. This is all public, so you can look it up. And more recently, starting last year, we started investing into energy generation assets because we strongly believe that it's a good thing to do for the environment to start generating additional capacity for the global grid. It doesn't need to be connected to our data centers or anything. That wouldn't make sense in a lot of cases, but we want to generate capacity at scale. And again, it makes sense for the bottom line. Our CFO is actually quite happy about those investments because they have a good rate of return. The one that's public is a wind farm in the US, where we invested $40 million, just under, last year, and Atlantic Wind Connection, which is an offshore cable in the US. We're looking for investment opportunities also here in Europe. Then this brings me to one thing I forgot is the policy work. It's something I should get more comfortable with now in my new role. So we worked on the budget side in the US 2 years ago. We worked with the Obama administration and with GE on the best allocation of capital on smart technologies, or making some proposals for that. Last but not least, on the consumer outreach side, which presumably has the highest scale, just because of the sheer number of users we have, but which is where we and everyone, I think, has the most work to do. So we have, and I said it last time, I don't think we found the silver bullet yet, or the language or message to reach a lot of users, a lot of consumers in a very effective way on this front. So still work in progress, very much in the society, I would say. We did make efforts and initiatives to work with the Danish government and the UN on COP15. It was very much part of the whole discussion. We did websites, we did Google Earth animated tours with Al Gore, Schwarzenegger, Steve Schneider, WWF, Greenpeace in the ramp up to Copenhagen to spread the word about climate change and bring it closer to people. And we had several millions of visits to that website. And then also we did a campaign on YouTube, which was very much aimed at helping people raise their voice around climate change and being heard. And then that ended up in the production of a panel in Copenhagen, which was produced by CNN. Also, last point here, you may be familiar with Google Power Meter, which is very much an effort to provide an easy tool both to the industry in order to enable people to track their energy consumption at home. But as I said, this for me is just the beginning, and we, including everyone else in this room, probably has some more work to do. I see there's 1 minute, but actually I'm done. More questions later. Okay.
Great. Thank you.